Thanks for coming in, PA. Goga. How you doing, Claudia? Nice to see you all. Gavin, let's go. PA, I have got a bag in my pocket. I'd love to get down on this sandbank on this side. Roadhog, how you doing? I would love to get into that sandbank, but it's a bit steep. How you doing, Claudia? Let's keep going. We're going to be walking through a little waterfall. Hopefully it's running. Mark, nice to see you. How are you? This bank's starting to give way, which is going to be fun. The water is actually quite low. Urban Jody, how you doing? I want to get down there, but I'm not climbing on ropes. Valentine, how you doing? If anyone wants your link drop, just type drop. Yes, it's running. We've got the little waterfall. Sazzy, how you doing? Thank you. I have to walk through a little waterfall on here. Let's have a look. And I'd love to go climbing up in this waterfall because I'm interested in what's been brought down. You've got a lot of quartz. You've got a lot of black sand. All the way up. TNG, Jay, how you doing? You called TNG. Adrian, you alright? It's a really pretty little waterfall. We're close to the location of the Battle of Helbeck as well, so potentially there's some really interesting archaeology at this end. Lunatic, how you doing? Cynthia, lovely to see you. Kaz, how you doing? Scott, you alright? We've just walked through the little waterfall and the water's actually low. I can't work that out. We've had a lot of snow, although that's coming from the little waterfall that we walked through. I'll keep looking. PA, I'll need your eyes. Sunbear, thank you for coming in. Nice to see you. Pizza, when you're live next? We were having this debate in Esprit, we miss you. You have me and Pixie sat semi-heckling, and it's just dead good fun. So when you're live next? Pizza goes live, gaming. Ooh, we've had a bank drop. Neil, how you doing? Anyone wants their link drop coming in, just type drop. Nah, I said I was never coming back here because this is where something was galloping at me and I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. It scared the living life out of me. All you could hear was ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Deep, heavy steps on hollow woodland ground, and it wasn't fun. This is start. Dan, thank you so much. You're a star. Thank you. I'll be able to show you the giant's hands and the giant's toes. Angie, how you doing, Angie? If none of you know Angie, go see her. She's amazing. As is Claudia. Dale, the ray of sunshine that brings joy and rainbows to YouTube. Love you. Losfair, good morning, how you doing? I'm just looking at, it's a lot of stone that wants to come down, and those trees might bring it. making me funny walking, looking over the edge of that. But you're going to get a really good look at the giant's hands and the giant's toes. All down onto bedrock. Pizza, it's a scary place. I didn't like it. Grrr. Someone leaving dog doo-doo in the bag, just dumping it, drives me mental. If you're going to go to the effort of bagging it, take it away. There's a bin at the start of the wood. There used to be a bank between that and here, and it's gone. Absolutely gone. But the trees still stand. Is that 2 trees? There's a tree grafted onto the side of that. And a bit of old wall. TJ, how you doing? Nice to see you. Now, I had some newer quarrying at this side of the wood. The Romans are further on. Hence, you've got these lovely pieces of wall. Losford's weird, isn't it? You can see where land was, and that's about, I'd say about 6 foot below. Nice one, Roadhog. Kirsty, how you doing? We've had a lot of trees come down in here. A lot of them. I mean, that's a big old beech tree upside down. Now we're nearly at some of the giant's fingers. Yeah, as we climb up and go into the pine woodland part of this, hate it with a passion. Whatever it was that was galloping at me, it doesn't need to do it again. It's horrible. And I didn't even have use lot because signal dropped at that very spot. I'd love to get over onto that other bank as well and have a good nose around in there. TJ, going to take you to the giant's toes and the giant's fingers. Although I have, by accident, called it a dragon before. So we're starting to get toes on these little rapids. Sitting just there. No cows, but I've got a carry bag in my pocket because I had some lovely fossils from this place the last time we were here. Look at all these trees that are down. They've been messing around with it again, Pizza. And more trees. No, it's not. It's comes from the moors and it flows into the Eden, I believe. And then goes out to sea through Carlisle. And it comes right on the top of the moors where I take you walking on the moors. And those moors are shouting my name. I need to go back up. So here we've got one of the giant's hands. See, it's like fingers reaching out. You could almost paint those nails. See, I wasn't lying. Tongue twisted, giant's fingers. Isn't it great? It looks like it should have nails on. See? There's a couple more lost for before we get to the little waterfalls. But when the water's raging, I mean it is raging. Oh, nearly walked into a tree. The water's really cloudy, I can't work out why. Patty, I love you. How are you doing? And that tree there, oh my God, it's got a face. It's doing, I'm a little teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout. But look, we've got a face looking down over the water. That is bizarre. Cheryl, I am well jealous. Keep making videos of it. See, it's got a face. And it's got the arms doing the teapot. Isn't that spooky? Tip me up and pour me out. It's doing the teapot. But look at that face on it. Isn't that odd? Never noticed that. I do like coming up with descriptive stuff. You're alright, Geordie. If I miss anyone, shout at me. Peter, it's the horrible scary wood that thing was chasing me in. That you lot didn't hear, but I heard ba-dum, 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 something galloping at me. Didn't like it. Mizon, thank you for coming in. And it was interesting, the signal dropped at that point too. It's lovely and calm today, so it can get right out on the bank. Sassy, nice to see you, Sassy. The fossils that I found yesterday are fabulous. Love them. I need to take some photos up. And I got some shinies. Again, I need to take pictures. It's kind of nice this time of year because all the undergrowth's died back, so you can see everything that you don't normally. I mean, back in the day, this place was massive. It was a huge river. How are you, Sassy? So we've got toes next, I think. Yoga, Goga even. What's the pose of today? Ooh, we've had some of the rock face drop. There's a big chunk of stone come down out of there. So should we go and have a look? Let's have a look. You never know what you'll find. Yes, ancient woodland with battles and Romans. The battles are not far. They're like about 5 minutes walk from that bit. I should be really careful in here, you know. Under my feet, it is full of boulders and rocks. That is a massive piece of stone that's dropped. There's a tree there. Someone's making a den, look. They're covering the top. That's huge. Oh my word. Right, let's keep going. We've had a lot of water suddenly come through here as well. We've had a bit of a flash flood, which I think will have been water backed up behind that stone. Walking over sand. Wouldn't it be lovely if I found something from Battle of Helbeck or something Roman? Right, we're starting to get into... I mean, that is massive. Patty, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you too. Morbid, how you doing? Morbid, I'm potentially trying not to get clonked on the head by some big boulders. I mean, that face is just dumped. But my nosy side just wants me to go look. What have we got? We've got some sandstone. We've got some quartz in there. Look at that. They are huge. I'll come a little bit closer, then I'll come away because I don't want conked on the head. Look at all this stone. Each one of those will be a ton. Yes, curious. But can you see how we've had so much water flowing through here? And all the way down, and it's all come from this. So I presume we've had water backing up. We've had a lot of frost and ice that's opened it up and sheared part of the face off. Monkey, how you doing? Monkey Patty is amazing. I love her. One of the kindest, sweetest, most genuine people I've ever had the joy to get to know. Yes, pizza, lots of quartz. Lots and lots. There's a big, hang on, see that crack there? That bit's going to drop. And then it started shearing into that bit, and you've got another piece of face that's going to come down. Yes, I am watching. I promised him I'm watching, and Beth will kill me. I mean, that'll be a ton. That'll be a ton. That'll be a ton. Akash, how you doing? Why is it dripping? Oh, right, I'm getting out of the way. Ooh, heck. The local dark red sandstone. I'm going. I am going. I promise. That's a hell of a lot of water that's come through to here. There, I'm out. I'm being good. And someone's making a den. Right back at you, Patty. Pizza? No, I would what? I don't like. I don't like being here in the day. Never mind in the dark. But that water that's come down from that, oh, I would have loved to have been here. It's filled that bottom and it's still coming. From where I walked up and where we're going back down, we've had a massive gush. A gush, I said a gush. Challenging. I need to watch where I'm putting my feet. There's a buzzard up above that bank that I'm listening to. And we've watched its young that it reared fledge just over the other side. That's a massive bit out. It's huge. But pizza, it was horrible. It was like something was galloping at me. You know when, like woodland ground, it's really deep and hollow sounding. It was that, but a gallop, like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And I kept feeling like there was something behind me. Here's the other dragon's fingers. Dragon, I called her a dragon again. Giant. Look at those. Lost for you there. That looks full on like a bone. Shady, all right. We're looking at giant's fingers. And then you see that tree trunk that's been deposited over that side. It's just been dumped. The power of water is a funny thing. YTC, thank you for coming in. And that's been a big old, what were you? You're rotten now. Was it an oak or was it a pine? Jays. Stay still, little birdie. Jays are a beautiful bird. Oh, whites and blues, peacock blues. Look at the colour of that wood. Dan, how you doing? Sorry, Dan, I'll give you a spanner. There you go. You got a spanner. If you want your link drop, just press Popsy. Okay, drop. Type drop and it'll drop. Ooh, a nice coin out of that will make a beautiful table resined up. That's really pretty. I'm trying to find bark. I don't know if it was oak or whatever it was. I don't think it's oak. It must be oak. Shattered in two as it dropped. How you doing, Popsy? I love the waterfalls here. You've got a couple, 2, 3 waterfalls all in sequence. I call this bit the Giant's Toes. Little Ridge Farm, how you doing? See, little stubby toes. And I want to have a look in that bed as well. I'd love to have a look in that bed. The good news is, because the water's down, we can get down to the little beach. And because of the storms we've had, there's going to be a lot of stone that's been moved. I'd love to be able to walk over and get to this bit from the bottom. Oh, lost fair. I'll show you the other dragon's hand. Dragon. Giant. See? I keep getting giant and dragon in my head every time I come here. Unless it was a dragon and my brain's telling me it was. I'll just get it from the other side. Hopefully without falling in. There you go. The other giant's hand. Actually looks like he's broken a finger, doesn't it? Thanks, Tim. And then we hit the beautiful waterfalls that were just a torrent. As we go uphill, it changes from the beech and the oak and the odd birch to pine. And that's where whatever it was went to chase me and scared the living life out of me. Just look at the geology of that. All those different layers. Frack, how you doing? Shady, there's gold up the road. I've got to test a couple of things that I got yesterday from up the road. But here, yeah, you've got a lot of quartz, you've got ironstone, but you've got limestone, you've got a lot of black sand. Hopefully I'll be able to show you that as we get down onto here. Fraxel, if you don't know Frack, go and say hello. Ooh, what was that? Nightbot, what you doing? Oh, it's timing out. Ray baby, how you going? How you doing? Sorry about that, baby. How you doing? Hang on, there you go. You got a spanner. There are rainbow trout. Darn nice one. There's rainbows, but mainly brown trout in here. You'll get a few little minnows and ickle tiny fishies. Now it's totally cleared that bedrock. We'll have a look down. The beach has changed as well. Just onto the side of the waterfall. Sedanda, please don't spam it. I've given you a spanner there. Right, let's go down, see what's been washed up. We've had some big storms through it, and geology has been totally changed. I could spend hours down here. And I could pretty much follow the bank round and keep on going all the way along. Dan, how you doing? Thank you so much. Dan, my pleasure. Dan is having a giveaway. Go check him out and see what you think. Dan, has anyone got it yet? I love this waterfall. Purple, how you doing? Anne-Marie. Right, this is a bit dicey, to say the least, because I don't know which of these gaps are solid and which are hollow. So I might be in a heap in the bottom in a minute. We'll soon find out. Right, where do I want to put my feet? There. Oh Lord. Right, hang on. Ooh, heck, that was nearly the splits. I nearly did a Gurga. And I'm down. We made landfall. Grandma Kelly, how are you? In the summer, I could just come and play in here all day long. Sunanda, how you doing? Handicap traveller, I'm on my best behaviour now. I've been under that rock slide. Urban Geordie, yes I do. It's on the list. I saw a lovely big piece of quartz. There's a lot of metal in this. Ooh, let's have a look. I've found a lot of iron and I've also found copper. Well, I think it's copper. Which metal repels a magnet? That's another question I've got. Does anyone know which metal repels a magnet? Kelly, you might know. Well, you'll know. Oh, I've got loads of quartz. But just look at that. How pretty is that? Gareth, how you doing? This is actually really green. Hopefully it'll show. That is very green and very heavy. So go over to Dan's and have a guess. He's narrowed it down a bit for everybody, just to make it a little bit easier. I found some gorgeous fossils in here. What do you say, Frank? Yeah, there's where the old church is and where the otters are. I was there the other day. The kids go swimming in there in the summer. Nice veins through that. Oh, Dawn, thank you so much. Do you know what, Dawn? My dad used to have a fish farm. We built it from scratch. And we used to go and fish them in. And yeah, we try and tickle them. It's possible to do. Thank you, Dawn. But you've got all these little areas on this inside, oh, it's outside bed actually, isn't it? Where it all just piles up. I'll try and get turned around without slipping on my backside. Easy does it. See, in theory I could walk all the way out there. Hopefully the sun's not going to be too much in your eyes. Oh, damn, I hate it. My accent is a mixture of regions from the UK. All northern England. See, really, I could walk all the way out that bank, you know. Yes. Type drop, and it'll drop for you. You drop your link. And I'm also being stupid yet again. Although the rocks aren't slippy on the moss. There's a lot of sand underneath it. Come up this way. Trying to get you a look at it without that sun. Oh God, no, have I? But I love that. That first fall. I love it. I come out with like a lot of local words, like lush is good, nice, tasty. Yeah, Mad Hattie, alright. My family, I was born in Yorkshire. My family are from, is it West Yorkshire, Doncaster, Retford way. But I grew up, childhood, mostly near Newcastle. Up in the hills, on the moors, the middle of nowhere, 16 miles to the nearest shop or school. That's split on a nice vein through it. And then I've lived in Cumbria most of my life now. So I've got Cumbrian too. Like if I'm talking to someone from Newcastle, the Geordie comes out. Be the shinies. But the Cumbrian does seem to take over. Oh, we've got a fossil one. These red veins through, it looks like staining on the outside of the rock, but it's not. It's actually within it. See, that'd split lovely down those red pieces. Focus. So man, thank you for coming in. Hang on, I'll give you a spanner. I found some petrified wood here as well. Get off my land. Locally we get a rock and I have no idea what it is. Here's a one. But it's a really pale sky blue. That might look grey to you if the phone's correcting it, but it's actually a really pale blue. Like sky blue, and I have no idea what it is. Thank you, Little Rich, you're a star. What else have we got? We've got all sorts. Here's another fossil one that's split. Is it split? That is a huge fossil rock. I'll see if I can dig it out a little bit. But I think it might be too big to move. Ooh. On your knees is the way to go. Not leaning over. No, I can't move it. It's really deep. But you got fossils in there too. That split is what was interesting me. I was hoping I might be able to split it. Losfer, thank you so much for coming in. Purple, thanks for coming in. Get those lights on your bike. Safety first and all that. Are they special lights or... Can you see all those crystals through that? Lots of crystals. Ooh. My old knees. This bank has totally changed shape. I found some really interesting pieces in here. Really interesting. Good idea, Purple. Better safe than sorry. Way aye. What's that one? Is another piece of sky blue? Yeah, it is. Although it looks like an alligator head. Pale bluey green. Looks like an alligator. Yeah, on a bike, take all the precautions you can. Bikes scare me. When we were little, my dad had a motorbike. And he said to me and my brother, if we ever got a motorbike, he would break our legs for us before we got on it. And I've just never had any interest in it. Again, there's that sky blue. It's actually got a lot of iron in it. My brother's the same. We like four wheels. Ooh, heck. Nearly went over. When that dries, that'll be sky blue as well. It's ice babying. Can't see him. But a few shovels of what's in here do very nicely. Look at the way that's split. Ice, how you doing? See, push bikes as well. I can't, because of the damage in my legs, I can't push them. Ooh, what are you? Let me get you out. If I can dig you out. Wouldn't it be nice when I'm rashing through these stones to find a nice gleaming nugget underneath them? That's very odd. Another nice fossil. Very nice little fossils. How you doing, Ice? They're almost like footprints. See them that way? Like little footprints. Oh, it's a little face as well. I have that piece that's got an iron skull on, actually. I need to weigh it and see what postage would be on it and probably give it away. I'll run a competition and give that away. Got some pink through that. Baden, nice to see you. How are you? Yes, Gareth. Gareth, I found some shiny stuff yesterday that I'm a bit excited about. When I was messing around in that bank of black sand, a couple of interesting things came up in there. I'm like, ooh, I need to play with these. Another nice quartz with some beautiful sized crystals inside that. How are you, Beda? I'll send you some photographs, Gareth. Another fossil. Interesting fossil. I would love to go fishing. Look at the metalwork that you've had in that matrix. Is that a jasper? Is it jasper? Feels like a jasper. And I do love those sky blues. Whatever that is, I love it. Yeah, Rosson Green over Jimmy Nail. That is the same setup as that giant dragon's head one that I dragged home. Nearly gave myself a hernia. That was hard going. I'm looking for the petrified wood. I found a couple of pieces of petrified wood on here. They're really pretty. Keep looking, Shazza, you'll find it, and then we're going to go uphill to the scary part that I don't like at all. And if something chases me again, you lot are going to figuratively hold my hand. That's like marble. It's like marble all held together in quartz. Last little nose, and then we'll head up. More fossils. Nice one, Kirsty. That'll be so pretty to polish up as well. Really pretty. That is going to be lovely. It's got that red through. I do like that fossilised red whatever it is. I've been told it could possibly be root systems of plants, but I've been trying to research it and I can't find anything on it. Kirsty, is it your legs that are a bit worn out? A lot of metal in that. A lot of metal through that. Find a lot of iron. Ooh. Just beautiful. Sadie, how you doing? I promise I'm going to move uphill off this bank and go up the scary bit. A lot of limestone. Look how round that one is. It's hard iron through that part where it's sheared away. Ooh. Right, let's go. I promise I'm going to stop looking. Lots of shinies within that one. Right, I've got to work out how I'm going to get back up because these steps are a bit strange, to say the least. And that's pink. I need to commandeer back the chisels as well. I had magically got myself some chisels, but it's been noticed they were missing. You've got a lot of metal through that, and you've got that lovely pink vein through it. Yeah, it's just this bit. Oh, Little Ridge, don't look too close. I did them. I did them eventually. And we've got a fossil sat inside that. So many fossils. Right. Where I go and get scared. Let's get up. This tree's roots are kind of handy. Rob, how you doing? It would do. I've got, if I take stuff home, I'll just get a bit of a magnet on them then. And I've got a couple that actually repel rather than pull the magnet in, attract. Which interests me. Secret. I've got a pocket full again, secret. So we got that. They're actually part of the stone, they're not sand washed on. And let me see. This one's pretty. I think that's jasper. It looks like a jasper. And some more of that sky blue. And a lot of iron through it. Nature doesn't normally give you straight lines like that. Right. Up the mud. Pay attention to your feet. Oh, SB. Look at that. Again, that's not staining, that's actually inside it. Isn't that interesting? On that one. Right, let's go. Let's get up here. I really don't like it. Yeah, did you see it, Rob? Rob, yesterday, that iron one that I picked up, it's got a skull on. It's a full-blown skull. I'm going to give that one again. Darwin, thank you for coming in. Claire, how you doing? I do like shiny. I've got a thing for shiny. I'm like a magpie. This one. Where's it gone? That one. Got some faces in. A little matrix. Saxon, how you doing? I'm filling my pocket with rucksacks. I apologise for any heavy breathing. I'm not feeling too clever. I woke up deaf in one ear this morning. Iffy throat, a bit. SSC, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. And just like that, we're right above the river. We've still got a lot of trees and a lot of huge rocks that can come down that bank. Ice is our resident artist. Look, I don't know if you can see. I'll try and stay still. That's not going to last too long. It's got a queer wobble. And it's got nothing else on it, around it. Gareth, yeah, I do that with my pockets. I find my pockets full of stuff that I forgot to put in. It's a little bit further on actually. I noticed that I might be able to get down to. There's another little beach further on that I wouldn't mind having a look at. Ooh, landslip. Dirty Road Destiny, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. There you go. Thank you so much for joining us, Dirty Road Destiny. If you type drop, Night Bottle, drop your link. I get to know everybody. I'm walking on bedrock as we get up the side here. And we're getting to the part where all the birds are before we get to the scary bit. Pigeon. I've got a little robin just down below me there. I've got some great tits above us. They'll take seeds. I feed them at home and they thrive on sunflower seeds. But they also look for spiders and bugs. Tiny little bird. See, my chest isn't very clever at all today. Try not to heavy breathe. This dirty is an ancient woodland. We had the Romans in the early first century. And we had the Queen's forces taking on mercenaries over the ownership of a castle. Stay still. You flew off. They do that for Badger. I mean, this drop is pretty much vertical. But I think it was here I was having a look at. Or was it a little bit further? I thought I could maybe get down. No, it's not this bit. It's just vertical. There was some big chunk of ice came through here. And there we've got one of the big chestnuts, which is just on the edge of the horrible scary tree. That's got a tree grafted to it, look. That tree there isn't a chestnut, but it's growing in the limb of the chestnut. Anne-Marie, I've been watching the weather and getting all excited. There's models to say There's a stratospheric warming happening, and it leaves us open for air to hit us from Greenland. Record low temps and up to 2 inches of snow an hour. I am beside myself with joy at the thought of that. Okay, they've been cutting back that lovely big chestnut. Now this is where I had that horrible encounter. Ron, how you doing? Dirty, it's my happy place. Always has been, always will be. It's my happy place. Except for what happened to me in here. Crazy bald guy. T-Bird, how you doing, T-Bird? I was walking this track and it felt like there was something behind me. See what I mean? I don't like it. And I dropped a signal for a bit. And I was walking on to try and get his back. And that's when I heard the running behind me. Scared the life out of me. Ron, is the coffee on? Pizza, we've got hobbit houses. Good vibes all the time, Dirt Road. Except when things chase me that aren't things, if you see what I mean. We've got some huge chestnuts here. We've got lots of hobbit houses. These ones put loads out. Absolutely loads of chestnuts this year. We've got something roosting up there as well. Nice one, right? I'll be brave. I don't like it. This one is enormous and it is ridiculously old. And I got loads of chestnuts from this one this year. It's massive. See, I don't like it. So I was taking you further on looking for more chestnuts. I was making the birds all kick off. And it's just along this path where I'd lost you. And then whatever it was started running. Didn't like it. Yeah, there's a few of them. Oh, easy. I mean, look at the size of that one, T-Rex bird. It's beautiful. It's a bit battle worn. It's still beautiful. There's another big one further up the bank. There it is there in that gap. But they're gorgeous old trees. That one, I don't know if you can see its bark. I'll show you from the other side when we come back. Just twists and twists and twists as it goes up. That's easy 6 foot across. Easy. Not that I'm going to lie down. No, it'll be maybe 7 or 8 feet across. I'm not going to lie on the ground. At all. Not happening. But look at it. Yeah, it is. Right, scary bits up here. Rob, I think so. Ice in another woodland. I found a tree house. It had like a little shed that turned out to be an outdoor loo. It was like someone was living there. You think of banjos playing in the background. We've got another one of its babies. That's still got to be a couple 100 years old, surely. And it's when we get past this corner is when the signal dropped on me and it, whatever it was, started running. Stormy, how you doing? Good evening. Oh, good morning. Bless them. What was that? Oh, there's people there on the path. Thank God for that. Lots of these little silver birches are actually dropping. Again, there's very little topsoil. Yeah, it will be. Oh, Claire, it was bizarre. It's like something was behind me. I kept looking back. And then I lost Jews close to here. And that's when I heard it when I got to the next little bit of a clearing. Pooped my pants. Come legging it back and everyone was laughing at me. I got to that corner there. There's a big tree on that corner right in the middle of the screen. And I ended up having to come back. So I was just a scary woods. I don't like it. I said I was never coming back. But then I thought, I'll give it a go. The signal dropped, so I head straight back. It was horrible being on my own. Not that you lot could do anything on the end of the phone, but you know what I mean? Dark. Never gone. Ever. Gavin, how you doing? I'm just scaring myself. And 3 times I've had to go in the morning and knock a bedroom light off. He keeps knocking a light on. It's just a very strange place. But someone's been making loads of hobbit houses. So it must be only me that gets the heebie-jeebies through it. I'll show you the grain of this one from the other side. So it's not in the sunlight, you get a better view of it. It twists from the base and just carries on all the way up. Just get round the side of it. How you doing, Gavin? I think Peter's been up here making little hobbit houses. Just turn you that way so the sun's not in your eyes. Hang on, come over here, then you might see it. There, can you see that twist that goes up? Twists all the way up. Hopefully that was me back. Right, I'll come back around. If you can hear us, let us know, because it's showing me that I'm just live. Rob about 3,000 plus. The Queen in 1569, there was the Battle of Helbeck here, which is 5 minutes further on, but signal-wise it won't let me take you. I'll have to pre-record it. The rightful heir to the local castle died suddenly, so a relative decided that they were going to take it by force. They hired 3,000 mercenaries, the Queen sent her troops, And that lovely little river was said to have run red with their blood for 3 days after. All 3,000 got the chop, basically. Before that, around 209 AD, you had the Romans in the quarry, and they weren't here just for a couple of months, chipping away at some stone. They were here a long time. So they've had their own little village here. Commanders, soldiers, sentries, you'll have had the slaves, the masons, cooks. They were here a long time. Yeah, well, as well, Rob, what kind of excites me is, back in the day, those mercenaries will have been promised gold. Oh, hang on, sunlight. This one twists as well. They will have been promised gold as payment. Now, they'll have been part paid in gold before the battle. Oh, we've got a bunny up in the tree. Linda, how are you doing? I'm good. I'm just scaring myself. Look, we've got a bunny. See its ears. Oh, is that a little piggy? See that a rabbit or a piggy up in the tree? So yeah, those 3,000 soldiers, mercenaries, will have been part paid in gold. Now some of them will have kept it on the bodies, they wouldn't have trusted anybody else. Others will have hid it to go back for it when they went back to get their spoils from Leonard Dacre. But none of them went to pick it back up. They were all offed, shall we say. So I'd love to know, so that was 1569, 16, 17, 18, 19, just under 600 years old, 600 years ago, something like that. How deep would that archaeology be now? Because it all sinks. You have the ground rising. How far down would it be? Inquiring minds want to know. Challenging, apart from that bit, I love it. This is the back end of one of my favourite places on the planet. Beda, how you doing? So, I mean, the Queen's troops will have hoovered a lot of that up. But you'd like to think there was the odd one that had hidden theirs well enough. They didn't find it and it's still sat here. I don't know if you caught that. It's that robin following me. How you doing, Linda? Wouldn't that be nice to follow your eyes upon? How's things with you, Linda? This bit's a bit clay-like. I've got to be careful as I come through. There you go. That is a UK robin. Now, I know the US has got robins, but they're very different to ours. Ours are tiny. I'd love to do what Team Lynch does. Oh, just go out with those magnets and just play away on the beach and find lots of goodies. There'll have been a big chunk of ice came through here back in the day. It's an enormous gorge. Do the Rob? See, you learn something new every day. Haha. Batman and Robin. Team Lynch, thank you so much. Thank you. Ooh, I nearly fell. Thank you very much. Team Lynch and their videos are fascinating me. Every time you bring that basket up, it's like, ooh, what's going to come up? People are walking around the mud, so sure will I. But one of those baskets would be ideal for along these river edges as well. Do you know what, Ron? I've been saying for a week or so, I felt the shift in the birds. So like in nature, I felt it. And I did last year. There's my little waterfalls that we were down at before. Team Lindsay's half a day because I don't know where I'm going. We're going to go out through the other side and have a look along the bank on that side. Oh, don't, I'm jealous, I want snow. But yeah, the bird song's changed. It's got that springtime mating season. I've had a couple of birds looking around the nest boxes and I've just felt that shift. It's early, but the birds sense that spring's on its way. It's where we were just before. Gareth, I've had a couple come in the house. Bonny little things. I've got a couple of videos up of them. I've got one comes to the back door to be fed, morning and night. I've got one that follows me around the garden. I've got loads of pairs of robins in the garden because I feed them all year round. I've got the nest boxes out. Yeah, it's tricking the wildlife as well. Just the bird song's totally changed. It's got that spring in its step. I love it down there. But I think I could follow that bank all the way around and keep going. Ice, no way. Never. Oh yeah. Well, I'm trying to train this one. It's getting closer and closer, but I want to hand feed it. Nicole, how you doing, Nicole? Shift, the bird song's changed. They're starting to feel that it's breeding season. Yeah, I just sit outside and I listen to them. They've got their springtime song on. They've got their springtime mating songs. They're sorting out the territory early. They're looking at bird boxes. They sense an early spring. Last year I had them end of January, because it was so mild. They were having a good old rummage around the nest boxes so early. Now we're going to go pack past the giant's hands, the giant's toes. Oh, Ice, why didn't you chuck it? That one's just gnawed up with a couple of trees in it. It's backing it up a little bit. We'll come out the other side of the bridge and we'll go along the field for a little nose along there. Bah humbug, Ice. What about skipping stones, Ice? I'm not quite sure how that tree's upside down. Really not quite sure because I can't see a base to it. On the bank or up there. And yeah, it's hanked in that, but it's upside down. Clink, good afternoon. Yeah, really dark. And it's my favourite time of year because you can see Orion's belt. I always look for Orion's belt. Giant's toes. Look at that down there. I wanted that. And we're coming up to the giant's fingers. With the tree that's been dumped on top. It's very slippy. The little waterfall that we walk through isn't doing too bad. There's quite a lot of water flowing through that as well. I've got the giant's fingers. But look how that tree's been just deposited on there. Shows you how high the water was. And we've got more body parts of the giant as we go along. Oh, secret, you weren't in before. You would have told me off. Look at that, it's dropped. It's huge, and there's been a hell of a lot of water come down with it as well. I wasn't having a nosy round in the base of what's dropped at all. Yeah, speaking of dropped, I went for a look for the drop. And it's all just carving away the... See? Down on a solid rock. I've actually got a rock to pick up from the other side. I had to make the choice which not to leave behind, or which ones to lug home. Just so I give myself a hernia. I can't believe I carried that bag. Yes, it's Gareth that likes a drop. He also likes to dig for 5 hours into a mine. See, that tells me that the mine doesn't want you going in. It's probably not a good idea, but not Gareth. He'll dig for hours to get in, to go and document it. And he's got some stunning footage. He's nuts. He's mental. He's in Chicken Oriental, but what he does is just amazing. Giant's toes. You do a really good job of it as well. Really good job of it. Has anyone seen my... Well, he's not a Japanese little jigsaw anymore. Ron, today. Have I not seen him? Nina, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in, Nina. How are you? We're having a wander through the woods. Mr. J, nice to see you. How you doing? Nina, if you type drop, Nightbot will drop your link for you. Beautiful place. You'd think that, but it's odd. I mean, we've just had a really cold, two really deep cold snaps. So you'd expect them to be holding their fire a little bit. But here we had pigeons get 3 clutches of chicks off. On a good year, they normally get 2. As do your robins and your tits and your blackbirds, they'll have 2 clutches off. But no, last year it was 3. And they hatched off late, so I'm not sure if those chicks survived or not. But I was finding eggs, newly hatched eggs, in October, which is stupidly late. Yeah, we do. It's not too dry, the air here. It's not crazy like the likes of Florida or anything like that, where you feel like you've had a bath as soon as you step outside. It's a very different heat in the UK. I've got some more walkers. Yeah, you too, Mr. J. What have you been doing? No, Mr. J, a long time. Hi. Much like I've known Angela and Silver. We're going to walk through a little waterfall. We're going to follow the river and keep going on through to the other side of the wood for a little nosy. Ouchie ice, I bet that hurt. This water comes off the moors, so for all it looks brown and dirty, it's not, it's really clean. It's been filtered and dyed by the peat up there. And we've got a railway bridge just in front, still used. Ice, no, I don't blame you. It was a bit of a lesson learned, wasn't it? Don't kick rocks. We're nearly on the little waterfall. It's turned into a lovely day. It was torrential rain first thing this morning. I was expecting to get soaked. Good, Mr. J, as long as you're feeling better. Now, this little waterfall doesn't run all year round, it's just when there's excessive rain and winter. It's got its own little channel across the path. Yeah, Ron, I want to get planted up. All the way from the top. Lots of quartz and lots of shiny things in there. Coming down. Right away from that top. No, it's the only way. So that railway bridge is still in use today. They're actually up there working on it at the moment. There's also flowers at the base, one of my daughter's friends. He didn't see a way forward and we lost him a couple of years ago at this bridge. I want to go down there, but I can't get to it, and I'm not doing a Gareth and hanging ropes around me. Yes, Ron, I love shiny things. Shiny things just have to be done. So Claudia, thank you so much for coming in. Always a pleasure. And we're going to follow it through there. Proper old little stone there, signposts. A striped iron. You don't get those so much these days. This bridge is enormous. We'll see what state this path is in on the other side of the bridge. As it wasn't too clever the last time I was here. Ooh. I hear a helicopter, close and low. coming right over my head, but there it is. It's going to come out that side. It's going to follow the bridge. I think it's going to follow the bridge. Bright yellow helicopter. Yeah, they've put that in. Don't know why. Right, let's get along here. They've been doing some maintenance the whole way along. They've been taking out some iffy trees. That helicopter's coming back around. It's like a gyrocopter thingy-majiggy. It's like a tin can. Oops, sorry if that made you dizzy. Bird, how you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Popper, thank you for coming in. How are you? It's a beautiful day for a walk along the river. And hopefully there's no cows, because there were signs of cows the last time I was here. And this is where the path's a bit iffy. So hands out the pockets. The tree roots seem to be holding a lot of it in place. Frente, how you doing? Good afternoon. This one's gone quite low. How are you, Popper? The farmer usually uses this paddock here, this meadow, for use with lambs. So hopefully soon, a couple of months, there'll be lambs. Oh, they've cut a lot of branches back even down here as well. They've done a lot of work. Oops. Why have they had a big digger in? That's a train going over the top. Now what they're doing in here? It's a footpath, so they can't cut it off. Lord knows what they're doing. Sadie, you're a star. Last time we were, we had some ducks along this part. Cactus, how you doing, Cactus? Yeah, we have. Not this last week. We're down south with it. Have you had any flooding? It was just before that we got a lot. There's a lot of riverbeds changed shape and banks been washed out. Zelen, how you doing? This used to be a really big bank that you could get down onto. The storms a couple of years ago got rid of these. That's nothing other than nature doing what nature does. You see how clear it is. Cactus have been getting all excited about potential big snowstorms coming from Greenland. Possibly. Ooh, what they've been doing here. It looks like they're going to have a giant bonfire. Got loads of it piled up. Dilbar's lovely. Well, that's a pile and a half, isn't it? It looks like they've been pulling the gauze out. I've been doing it all the way down. Could it be that they're upgrading a footpath? And look, they've just been chopping everything back. Catherine, good morning. That news of yours yesterday made my day. Happy, happy days. That's a huge bonfire going to be. Easy, how you doing, Easy? Wow, they took all of that out. Now that rock that I was saving was in the base of that. They nicked it. Looks very strange without the trees. Maybe they're going to do some repair work on the footpath. We'll just see if my rock's still here. They're giving this one a right haircut. I'm trying to get the sun out of my eyes so it's not in your eyes. Let's have a look. Is it here? Has it gone? I think it's gone. Damn it. I had it stashed on there. Right, let's keep going. Mayhem, how you doing? Lovely to see you. I was chucking it down here, Cactus. All of a sudden, you can see up onto the walls. That is Howgill. Well, Croglimore. I want to get up there. And our shooting season's over. Should be about able to. We'll just come down this beach. Hello, Michigan, how you doing? They could do with putting a couple of little bridges in. Oh, these tyre treads are going to have compacted the banks. We've got loads of springs that come out of this hillside. In a couple of months' time, it'll be full of lambs. I was here filming lambs last spring, Easter. We're going to go down into the banks with this one. Let's look at that. Ooh, this has grown. This is a lot steeper than the last time I was here. There's been a lot dropped on this one. And a lot washed off the top. You can see right into the bottom of that. You've got a lovely deep channel on that side there. Stick a fly in the top and just let it run down that bank and see what takes a bite of it. We don't have... it's sunfish in. Sunfish. How you doing, Sunfish? If you don't know Sunfish, check him out. He's brilliant. Another lovely guy with a brilliant channel. How's things, Sunfish? How's the chucks? SB, can you see all that black sand through there? Quite coarse. Black sand as well. All the way through. This has really changed shape. Little ridge. Yeah, it's really changed it. It's changed it a lot since the last time I was here. Completely different to the point I'm thinking, am I at the same bit? This whole bank's changed. I tell you if I'm at the right bit, there'll be over here a giant piece of quartz. For all I want to go and get it, I can't. Sky blue. Oh, I missed it. There's a dipper. Just dived in there. Oh, don't ask me. This is where I got those big ones from. Although it has this big piece of quartz been washed out, it looks like it. Ew, something's at a pigeon. It's totally changed. I've been good, SB. I've not opened this bag up once yet. I couldn't normally walk along here. Sorry, someone's in my eyes and I'm just watching my feet. No cactus. I desperately want one. It's on my wish list. It's on my list. Walking poles. But before I even get them, I'm going to need to get new boots. I just about done my boots in. Right, this looks like Jaffa cakes, and I've got some of these at home, and I haven't got a clue what it is. It's not actually quite the same. Look, it looks like a stack of Jaffa cake biscuits. Jaffa cakes. Well, hi bird, how you doing? Oh, my knee isn't happy with me at all. I got some big, beautiful shinies out of here. Further back. Yeah, I've taken a couple of handfuls back home cactus, and the magnet just ends up with a black beard. It is absolutely full of black sand, this stuff, and there's a lot of iron. See it through that? Here's some more of that light blue that intrigues me. See how blue that is? Very, very smooth. Oh, that's just split through the iron. I'm going to turn around in a sec before I do myself an injury. Listen to that. Mercy, nice to see you, Mercy, thank you. Yeah, cactus, exactly. I don't know what kind of rock it is, Geordie, but it's a beautiful sky blue. Really light pale blue. And it goes very, very smooth. There, I can see a bit better now. I've got my face away from the sun and yours. Look at those scenes of quartz through that. What the hell was that? Someone behind. There's a bit of stone dropped. I'll go back around to that black sand bit. Well, I've got that bag, it's empty, and those stones are just loose in my pocket, so I'll grab a handful. Another fossil. That lovely red staining through it. Oh, heck. Right. I've got a bit further than I thought I had, you know. How are you, Mercy? Thank you for coming in. Making a pig's ear of coming back through. I do that, and then someone says, chat says, keep that. I get a lot of these in this part of the river. Lots of those. If you know what they are, tell me. But you get a lot. Laura, how you doing, Laura? Thanks for coming in. Good morning. Ooh. Arms out, balance. Catherine, that sounds like heaven. Did you catch any salmon? Did you fancy tickling any salmon? Tickling's not hard to do. We used to do it as kids. Nice chunk there. Nice big piece of quartz. Ooh, you're unusual. Pretty. Oh, Sadie, I get addicted. I'm a bit obsessive at the best of times. Right, we're onto that black sand bed. It's actually washed all up. All the way through. But we're going to go where this quartz stuff is. Because we are. Lots and lots of it through here. But yeah, if you magnet this, it looks like the magnet's got a beard. Stay still, little birdie. You're hiding behind a rock. Got a great tip just down there. It's come for a drink. Yeah, I get really obsessive about stuff. I can't help it. See all the blacks stand through that stuff. Lots of it. Tommy, how you doing? And deeper down. There's a lot of quartz and black sand in it. How you doing, Tommy? Ooh. I'm playing down next to the river as usual. And it getting deeper down. Thank you very much for coming in, Laura Michigan. You're a star. Just lifting some stones back on here to get deeper. And look at all the black sand in that. Lots of black sand, a lot of quartz and a lot of sandstone in it. And then you have I'm not going to pick it up. So you've got a big piece of it there, look. That piece is huge. Rusty. But all the way along. Full. I'd have to dig down now. Oh, we've got a walker. Now, did Mr. Walker with his dog know that I was there? Am I going to give him a fright? Let me get back up here. with my weighed down pocket. Yes, there is, Catherine. There's gold about 10 miles up the road. So I've got a couple of things to show you from yesterday. I want to go back. I'll send you some pictures, SB. Yeah, Peter, I'm just heading back through the woods. Tree surgeons are in there sorting those out. Because we just don't have much soil, it's all sand. The trees don't get a proper root. Dirt road, it'll be full of lambs. Not too distant future. There's actually a little village over the side there. In the land that time forgot. Tommy, it was chucking it down before. And like I expected to be soaked to the skin, but it's cleared right out. And lots of little springs up in this side here. You went back to Wylam. Yes, I'll send you some pictures, Catherine, from where I was yesterday and what I picked up. Actually, Kirsty, it's not cold. It's not bad at all. I found some very interesting stuff yesterday. And those tracks have gone clean over the top of that stone that I'd stashed in this wall. So I've lost it. Ooh, heck.
Lovely afternoon.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There, I'm up. Woman Outdoors, how you doing? Woman Outdoors goes to some amazing places as well. There's some little flecks. Should still be in the back of my phone case, hopefully. Put the magnet over them, they're not pyrite. But inquiring minds want to know. Katie, how you doing, Katie? Challenging, thank you so much for being here, chick. Have a lovely day. Irvine isn't a million miles away from me. It's maybe an hour and a half, if that, up the road. I don't know if you can see the black sand all through that beach on that side as well. I've been having a field day in here cutting back. Tommy, I get drenched to the skin. I have little waterfalls coming off my elbows. You see from holding the phone up? I love it down here. This part used to have a lovely beach to it. Used to bring the dogs down. Well, Sam, when he was younger, before we got Jack. And he would not chase in sticks. To the point where he didn't hurt the webbing on his feet, the actual inside between his pads. He wore them away on the sandstone. So he had his back feet bandaged and rubber gloves duct taped to his legs to keep the bandages dry. That was the best thing I found to keep his little legs dry. Yeah, I'm not far from the carcass. I'm on my way back to it, thank you. There's another train going through the top. Carlisle to Newcastle Railway. This stile's got a nice little dog gate on it. So you've not got to carry your dog over. Now the stone walls here are just river cobbles. You just lift that and let your dog through the bottom as you stagger over the top. Oops, a daisy. Cock one's leg over and get down it. I've got one. I've got a brand new sparkly one that was born in start of September. The bird files. Good morning, Sue. How are you? I've been messing about round the river. Ooh, look at that one. Look at the veins through that. Looks like a turtle's head. Finger, where are you? There's its eye. There's the turtle's mouth. A turtle. I was messing around on one of the main rivers, just downhill from where gold's being found. Nessie, I've got a few in my pocket. I've got no big ones though. I've been good this time. Last time I came here, I came back with some monsters. It's about to do yourself an injury dragging the big old bag home. Well, I got some beauties. And you can tell the railway put that bridge in because that's a very well constructed wall that's actually been pointed. Catherine, there sure is. Linda, thank you so much for being here. Deej, how you doing, Deej? Good morning, Scott. This road's dropped a bit. Well, people, that is about me. I'm going to go through the bridge and I'm going to tootle my little backside home. Well, it's not little, but tootle my backside home to fight for a place in the mud. Where parents park at the school, there's not really a car park. So you're on a bank of grass. The council refuses to tarmac it or hardcore it, and it becomes a survival of the fittest to get a piece and to have a piece that you can actually get out of, as the odd parent's car had to be pushed out. Lovely little old cottage, couple of 100 years old cottage. It's got a date on it, 1771. Built with a stone from where we are. So thank you everybody for keeping me company. I really enjoyed it today and I was really good. I'm quite proud of myself. I've only got a few bits in my pocket. Let's have a look. We've got that one that intrigues me as to what that is. That looks like a jasper. See how it's hard. See the shine that's been worn on it. And what else do we have? A couple more. That's actually crystals within it. It's not sand on it. And a lovely piece of the light blue that I collect. I really pity Paris. The camera corrects it though. It's a really light sky blue. It's beautiful. Very soft. Well, not soft, but shiny. It's a hard stone. It's been polished in the river. Yes, you would be ice. So, Mike, how you doing? It says what I was about to go, Mike. Focus. Some nice crystals in there, look. See those? You've got quartz, you've got those yellowy type crystals in there as well. So I will say hi and bye, Mike. This is me on my way home. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Secret, I expected the weather to be dead bad. When you were live, it was torrential here. So I came down here to be safe. So if I don't see you later on in any of the chats, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Bye now.